Greetings, Core Hounds. John here with a getting started. And that sound you just heard is a good indication of what we have for you today. Today we are taking a look at none other than good old Murky. Now, just to let everybody know what this is as we jump in here, getting started is not a definitive guide to the character. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the moves, the play style, and give you a general build for the character that you can then try, and it'll get you started on the path of Murky. By no means are these the definitive talents or even the best talents to pick. You're going to have to blaze that trail on your own, at least a little bit. But the goal is to at least give you a starting point with the character so you feel like you're in a good place and getting familiar with him. So the first thing about Murky is this little thing right here. This would be his egg. It is the spawn point that Murky will respawn at as long as he has an egg placed somewhere in the game. Now he can place it safely in the base here where nobody can kill it, but that doesn't do you much good. It's much better served out in the field. Typically, you're going to want to place your egg behind towers or defenses so that it's not easily found. Personal tip, I like to hide it behind the fountain because there's actually a place right behind the fountain where the egg can be placed, and it makes it pretty difficult for the enemy team to see. Not impossible, but it is a lot harder to see it and therefore pinpoint it and knock it out. When Murky dies, he is going to respawn in 3 seconds as long as that egg is still alive at that spawn point. So let's go ahead and show you that, which that's going to be the other thing you'll notice. It's not hard for our friend Murky to die. He has a very low health pool, but he makes up for it with his fast respawn. And that's going to be what you're going to mostly utilize Murky for in battle. His Q ability is a slime. It basically acts as both a direct damage and a slow. So, if they've already been slimed recently, the damage is increased, so you're going to want to spam it a lot. His W, Puffer Fish, is a nice little AoE bit of damage. However, keep in mind it can be targeted like that and destroyed by the opposing team, so there is no guarantee that Pufferfish will go off unless you throw it out. My little tip for Pufferfish, you can sometimes distract people from being able to target it by standing near it. Makes it a lot more difficult for them to hit the Pufferfish when you're in their face. It's also good to make sure that you have the opponent slimed while you're in there. His third ability is Safety Bubble. This is going to make him invulnerable for 2 seconds, and it still allows him to move around the field. It's a nice little way to assure that you're not going to die, get out of there, and allow you to then get right back in and just keep on harassing. So, with those abilities in mind, let's go ahead and take a look at the talents I like to pick, generally speaking, for Murky. Again, this is not a definitive build. You're going to want to make choices based on who the opposing team's comp is, what you're comfortable, and what you enjoy. First up, I like to increase Murky's survivability, and I like to take block for just that reason. Obviously, this won't be good if you're going up against a bunch of enemies that don't auto-attack and rely on spell damage, but it's not a bad place to start. At level 4, I like to take Living the Dream. It basically makes sure that the longer Murky is alive, the more damage he does. Now, you might be thinking, that sounds counterintuitive to a character that's supposed to die real easily. Well, the nice thing about Living the Dream is that it only has to be active for a total of 15 seconds before Murky is maxed out. That's not very long, even for a death-prone character like Murky, so it's actually pretty easy to get the full benefit of it, even though Murky is so prone to death. At level 7, I like to go ahead and take Slime Advantage. And the reason I like this is I love annoying people with Murky. And allowing them to take more damage while slimed just makes Murky's damage and annoyance when sliming people that much higher. For his ultimate, I think the best ultimate, bar none, if you have a team who can reliably assist you with it, is Octograb. Let's take a look at Octograb in use, because it is one of the most useful talents, and it also gives Murky his first combo ability, including a self combo. So what you want to do with Octograb is ideally you want to combo it with all your moves. If you can get in and slime the opponent, that's ideal. Throw down a pufferfish and then lock them down inside an Octograb. As you can see, he got hit by the slime, he got hit by the pufferfish, and he got hit by the Octograb. Had I had teammates around me that were damage dealers and not this dumb AI Malfurion, they would have most likely taken advantage of that as well, and, you know, put the hurt on old Arthas right there. You can buff it in the later game if you want to do a little bit more damage with it, which is a nice thing as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at the next one. Wrath of Cod is what I will typically take because it ties right into that combo that I was just talking about, with the ability to lock down your opponent and hit them with all sorts of fun little abilities. So again, the combo is you slime, you pufferfish. Oops, I safety bubbled. Don't do that. That's not the combo. We'll try it one more time once Arthas decides to come back out. In the meantime, let's take a look at the level 16 talents. Rejuvenating Bubble. If you want to be an annoying Murky, this is the skill for you. It basically means that anytime he safety bubbles, he gets health. So to show you what that looks like, you get in a bad pickle, oh, and he'll regenerate his health by the time the bubble is down. Just allows you to be far peskier as Murky. And finally, at the very end, I like to take And a Shark too. Basically, this increases the damage of Octograb by a lot, as you can see from the tooltip there. But keep in mind, Octograb actually does almost no damage, so this isn't actually that huge of a damage increase. But, you know, now it does damage, basically. So, let's look at the combo. This time I promise I will actually get it right. So we slime, we pufferfish, we Octograb, and now you can see Murky is capable of taking down Arthas at level 20. So that's quite a bit of hurt that you can put on if you are doing your combos correctly as Murky. And you want to just make sure that you're staying in, you're annoying, you're pestering, you're being aggressive in all the right ways. Murky can really get in there and start to take a beating, especially in late game, and just pester the enemy down. If you get into trouble, use your safety bubble for healing and to get out of a bad situation, and happy little Murloc is off to the races again. Once you get to feeling pretty good, you can start to do more advanced strategies by maybe putting your egg in slightly riskier areas. I wouldn't recommend putting them by mercs like this, but you can put them a little further forward in the map so that maybe you can get in and do a little bit more sieging a little bit more easily, or other such things. It's very, very easy for Murky to just come in and harass buildings, harass other players. He is a great character at driving other characters crazy. So, that is going to be our quick little look at Murky. As I said before, you may want to make changes, you may want to make alterations depending on comp, but it's not a bad place to start with the world's most dangerous Murloc. So, let's have him dance, and until next time, this has been John Jagger from Core, signing out.